India, a land of ancient secrets, where time folds upon itself and history whispers through stones. Among its countless legends, there is one that remains buried in silence: the story of the 9 temples. Temples said to hold the wisdom of gods, guarded by an order of mystics known as the Navnath. They were not places of worship alone, but gateways. Gateways to something beyond: power, knowledge, and worlds unseen. And then they vanished. No ruins, no trace, no record of their destruction. Only fragments of stories scattered across the mountains, deserts, and sacred rivers. What could erase an entire network of temples from existence? Was it nature, time, or something deliberately hidden from humanity? Tonight, we search for the truth buried beneath centuries of silence. This is not just a story of temples. It is a story of what humanity was never meant to find. Welcome to the Mystery Vault. The disappearance of the 9 temples, the lost gateways of ancient India. The legend of the 9 temples. In the beginning, before the rise of kingdoms and the fall of empires, India was known not only as a land of gods, but as a land of gateways. Ancient scriptures speak of 9 temples that stood across the subcontinent, not just as places of worship, but as pillars of cosmic balance. They were known collectively as the Navagraha gateways, and each one was said to guard a secret that connected human life with the divine order of the universe. Legends claim that these temples were built under divine guidance, their blueprints received through visions, meditation, and celestial observation. Each temple was positioned according to a pattern of stars, forming a vast map across the land. A map that symbolized not the geography of Earth, but the structure of existence itself. The builders were called the 9 lords, or Navnath Siddhas, masters of both spiritual and scientific arts. They understood sound, geometry, vibration, and the hidden laws of reality. Each of the 9 lords was assigned a temple to guard, and each temple represented one of the 9 paths to enlightenment. For centuries, pilgrims journeyed to these sacred sites, traveling across jungles, mountains, and deserts, seeking healing, wisdom, and inner awakening. But somewhere in the passage of time, during wars, invasions, and the rewriting of history, the 9 temples disappeared. Not destroyed, not decayed, but erased. No ruins, no records, no remains. Only scattered references in forgotten Sanskrit manuscripts and fragments of oral legends told by remote villages. These stories speak of the 9 gateways closing one by one, as though the world itself was not ready for what they held. Some describe strange lights in the sky before the final temple vanished. Others say earthquakes swallowed them whole. One particular legend from the Tamil region tells of a temple that disappeared overnight, leaving behind only a perfect circle of scorched earth, as though the ground had been burned from within. Archaeologists have tried for decades to find proof, but each time they meet silence from the earth, from the archives, and sometimes from those who may know more than they admit. The question remains: who built the 9 temples? Where do they go? And why does the world seem determined to forget them? The forbidden knowledge of the Navnath. The 9 temples were not just monuments of worship. They were repositories of knowledge, sacred vaults holding secrets older than civilization itself. Those chosen to guard them were known as the Navnath Siddhas, or the 9 masters. To the ordinary world, they were saints. But among the initiated, they were said to be keepers of what the scriptures called Paravidya, the supreme science of existence. Ancient texts hint that each temple corresponded to a unique form of power. The first held the secrets of sound, how vibration could shape matter, heal the body, and open gateways between dimensions. The second guarded the knowledge of light, the manipulation of energy and frequency. The third was said to be devoted to the mastery of time itself, how to slow it, bend it, or glimpse beyond it. And the rest, lost to translation, erased from every known record. According to later writings attributed to the Siddhas of the South, this knowledge was not taught in words, but through resonance. The temple structures themselves acted like tuning forks. When chants of precise pitch were performed within their chambers, the sound waves would cause the air, stone, and even a human body to vibrate at frequencies that altered perception. Some called it spiritual awakening. Others called it dimensional travel. One surviving palm leaf manuscript, preserved in Kerala, speaks of a temple of 9 doors, each door leading to a realm unseen by ordinary eyes. The final door, it says, opens not outward, but inward, into the space within consciousness itself. If this text is authentic, it suggests that the 9 temples were not physical gateways at all, but instruments, designed to bridge the human mind with the structure of reality. The legend says that over time, misuse began. A few among the Navnath tried to access the temple's energies for power, to heal armies, control weather, or command matter. When the energies were disturbed, strange phenomena began to occur across the land. Storms appeared without warning. Crops failed. Stars seemed to shift slightly from their positions. The elders decided the knowledge was too dangerous for the age of man. Thus, one by one, the 9 masters sealed their temples. Some were hidden beneath earth and stone. Some were buried under new cities. And some were never seen again, as if they were folded out of this world entirely. The last recorded mention of the 9 temples comes from a 10th century traveler's diary found in Gujarat. He wrote of a group of monks chanting deep in the mountains, their voices echoing through vast underground halls. He described feeling the ground hum beneath him, and his compass spinning uncontrollably. When he returned to the site the next morning, there was nothing. No monks, no halls, only a cliff face and silence. The Navnath had vanished, taking their knowledge with them. But the question that still troubles modern scholars is this. If the 9 temples were built to guard energy, what happens to that energy now that the temples are gone? Some believe it still flows beneath the earth, pulsing like an unseen network. Others think the power lies dormant, waiting for the world to rediscover the right vibration, the right frequency to awaken it once again. The astronomical alignment. The 9 temples were not randomly placed. According to ancient records and the few surviving manuscripts, each temple was carefully aligned with the stars. Not just any stars, but specific constellations, ones that held symbolic and energetic significance. Some researchers believe the temples were arranged to mirror the 9 planets of ancient astronomy. Others suggest they corresponded to star clusters like Orion's Belt and the Pleiades, which appear in texts from Mesopotamia and Egypt. The alignment was precise, a map of the heavens imprinted onto the earth itself. Modern satellite imaging has revealed faint patterns in certain regions of India, forests, deserts, and hills, that appear to mirror this celestial configuration. While most scholars dismiss this as coincidence, independent researchers claim the alignment is undeniable. The ancient manuscripts speak of a grid of life, a network of energy channels connecting the temples. It is said that when the temples were active, energy flowed along this grid, influencing the earth, the atmosphere, and even human consciousness. Some texts suggest that the 9 temples acted as nodes, amplifying natural energy and cosmic vibrations in ways that modern science cannot fully explain. There are records of ceremonies timed with the movement of the planets. During certain eclipses or alignments, priests would chant in unison across multiple temples, producing harmonic vibrations said to awaken the energy lines of the earth. Witnesses and legends describe the ground trembling, lights appearing in the sky, and animals behaving strangely. What happened to these alignments after the temples vanished is unknown. Some suggest that the earth still remembers. Ley lines, magnetic anomalies, and unexplained energy readings in certain locations may indicate that the ancient network still exists, invisible but active. Villagers near the supposed sites speak of strange occurrences during certain nights. Unexplained lights moving across the sky, sudden gusts of wind in calm areas, and low-frequency hums coming from the ground. Some attribute it to spiritual activity, while others believe these are remnants of the energy the temples once channeled. If the temples were indeed connected to the stars in such a deliberate way, their disappearance raises profound questions. Was the alignment disrupted intentionally? Was it the work of kings and conquerors, fearful of the power the temples could unleash? Or was it a natural closing of the gateways, a cosmic timing beyond human comprehension? Even today, the alignment remains a mystery. While the temples are gone, the map of the heavens they once mirrored continues to shine above India, untouched and eternal. The question is whether anyone on Earth still remembers how to read it. The lost inscriptions and the silent monks. Among the scattered traces of the 9 temples, one of the most haunting mysteries is the story of the inscriptions. These were not ordinary carvings or paintings. They were complex symbols etched in stone and palm leaves, combining geometry, sound codes, and celestial references. Some scholars describe them as living inscriptions because the vibrations of the surroundings could alter their appearance. In the late 19th century, a British explorer, Arthur Livingstone, traveled to the Western Ghats in search of one of the lost temples. He claimed to have seen monks performing rituals around stone tablets covered with strange, angular symbols. Livingstone tried to copy the inscriptions, believing they were keys to the temple's location and knowledge. According to his journals, the monks suddenly appeared and told him, "The knowledge is not for this age." His notes, confiscated by the priests, were never returned. Locals still whisper stories about those who attempt to record the symbols. Some claim that travelers lose their way in the forests, or that strange illnesses befall those who dare study the inscriptions too closely. Others report hearing low, harmonic tones at night, vibrations that seem to emanate from the earth itself. These sounds are said to correspond to the temple inscriptions, as if the symbols themselves are resonating. The inscriptions appear across several locations, sometimes hidden under caves or beneath temple ruins that modern archaeologists dismiss as insignificant. A few scholars have noted that the symbols repeat across different regions, sometimes thousands of miles apart, suggesting that the temples were once part of a larger network of energy and knowledge. The monks themselves are part of the mystery. They do not speak of the temples openly. They are silent guardians, moving quietly among the ruins, their lives dedicated to maintaining the hidden balance. Even today, some remote villages claim that these monks appear unexpectedly, offering guidance to those they deem ready, while vanishing as if in a thin air. The inscriptions, the monks, and the hidden temples all point to a knowledge deliberately concealed. It is a knowledge that may have been too powerful, too dangerous, or simply ahead of its time. The 9 temples were not lost by chance. They were hidden, protected, and erased from history to keep secrets that humanity may not yet be ready to understand. And yet, fragments remain, faint echoes of the past that hint at something far greater than ordinary human experience. Those who seek the inscriptions are not only searching for temples. They are searching for the key to a forgotten understanding of the universe, a truth so profound that even today it remains beyond reach. The missing coordinates. The search for the 9 temples has challenged explorers, historians, and mystics for centuries. While legends describe their existence in detail, one critical element is almost entirely missing: the exact coordinates of their locations. Ancient texts speak in riddles and metaphors, never giving a clear path, and modern maps offer no guidance. It is as if the temples were deliberately removed from the world, leaving only whispers and fragments behind. In the 1960s, Indian researchers began quietly investigating the supposed sites of the 9 temples. Field reports mention areas of unusual topography, strange mounds, and depressions in the ground that could indicate hidden structures. Among these sites, regions in Tamil Nadu, Orissa, and Maharashtra repeatedly appear in documents now mostly lost or classified. However, any findings were either suppressed or left unpublished, leaving only incomplete notes and personal testimonies. One of the most intriguing discoveries came from satellite imagery in 2012. Researchers noticed symmetrical patterns hidden beneath dense forests and rugged terrain, geometric alignments that some believe mirror the positions of the lost temples. These patterns, almost invisible to the naked eye, suggest that the temples were not randomly scattered but placed with intention, forming a network across the subcontinent. Locals living near these mysterious sites report unusual phenomena. Some speak of sudden gusts of wind in calm valleys, strange humming sounds beneath the earth, and lights that appear and vanish without explanation. Others claim to see silhouettes of figures moving near ancient mounds at night, vanishing when approached. The missing coordinates have fueled speculation. Were the temples destroyed, buried, or moved to another plane of existence, hidden from ordinary perception? Some scholars believe the coordinates were encoded in celestial alignments, requiring knowledge of astronomy, geometry, and vibration to locate. Others think they were deliberately erased by ancient rulers, fearful of the power the temples represented. Even today, those who try to find the coordinates face challenges. Maps are unreliable. Forests and rivers have changed course. Cities have grown over potential sites. Yet every once in a while, explorers report small discoveries, stone circles, eroded foundations, or fragments of inscriptions, suggesting that the temple's locations might still exist, waiting for the right knowledge or the right frequency to reveal them. The missing coordinates are more than just locations. They represent humanity's lost connection to the energy and wisdom the temples once held. Without them, the 9 temples remain a mystery, a riddle of earth, sky, and consciousness that refuses to be solved. The modern theories. Today, the 9 temples remain a mystery, but modern researchers, historians, and mystics continue to speculate about their purpose and disappearance. Theories range from the scientific to the supernatural, each attempting to explain why such powerful structures vanished without a trace. Some modern historians believe the temples were part of an ancient energy network. According to this idea, the temples were not merely buildings but nodes that channeled Earth's natural energies along invisible lines, similar to what some call ley lines. The lost inscriptions, the alignments with stars, and the geometric precision of the temples all suggest that they were designed to interact with the natural forces of the planet. If true, their disappearance could have disrupted a system of balance, a network that might have regulated energy, climate, or even human consciousness. Other theories suggest that the temples were deliberately erased to prevent misuse of their power. The Nuvnoth, the 9 lords, were aware that the knowledge they guarded could be dangerous if wielded incorrectly. Some suggest that ancient kings, invaders, or rival spiritual sects intentionally hid or destroyed the temples to keep their knowledge out of reach. This would explain why every record, every manuscript, and every trace was systematically removed or destroyed. There are also mystical interpretations. Some modern-day mystics claim the temples were gateways, literal portals, designed to connect this world with other dimensions. According to these accounts, the disappearance of the temples does not mean the knowledge or energy is gone. It may exist in a hidden or alternate plane, visible only to those capable of perceiving it through meditation, vibration, or spiritual awakening. There are even fringe theories linking the 9 temples to other ancient civilizations. Some researchers have noticed similarities between symbols found at these temple sites and those in Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Tibet. Could it be that the 9 temples were part of a global network of sacred knowledge, deliberately hidden across the world to protect humanity? Finally, some believe that the 9 temples hold the key to human evolution, a secret understanding of consciousness, energy, and existence itself. If rediscovered, they could change the way we perceive life, time, and reality. But until that day comes, the temples remain a riddle, their secrets locked, their coordinates lost, their energy hidden, waiting for those who are ready to uncover them. No matter the theory, one truth remains. The 9 temples have never fully vanished from a human imagination. They persist in stories, in dreams, in the whispers of villages, and the writings of those brave enough to seek the truth. And for anyone willing to look, they're still there, somewhere, waiting to be found. Echoes of the past. Even though the 9 temples have vanished from maps, echoes of their presence continue to resonate across India. In remote villages near the supposed temple sites, locals report strange phenomena that cannot be explained by science or reason. Some speak of low hums vibrating through the ground at night, almost like a song from the earth itself. Others describe flickering lights hovering above old mounds where the temples are believed to have stood. Travelers occasionally report seeing shadowy figures moving silently through the forests, vanishing as soon as they approach. Animals, too, behave unusually near these sites. Herds refusing to enter certain areas, birds circling in strange patterns, and dogs growling at nothing visible. These stories are not limited to folklore. Archaeologists and researchers visiting some of these remote regions have recorded electromagnetic anomalies, sudden temperature changes, and strange, repetitive geometric patterns in soil and rock formations. Some claim to hear chanting, indistinct but structured, emanating from the ground itself. Ancient manuscripts hint that these are remnants of the temple's energy. The inscriptions, the alignments, and the structures are designed not only to exist in space, but to persist in time. Even after physical destruction or disappearance, the energy would remain, imprinting itself on the earth and on human perception. There are also tales of monks who wander the areas surrounding the lost temples. They are said to appear silently, often at night, observing, guiding, or simply meditating near sites of power. No one knows who they are or where they come from. Some villagers claim they are the surviving Navnath, the original guardians of the temples, still protecting the secret knowledge from those unprepared to understand it. In addition to human witnesses, explorers report unexpected changes in instruments. Compasses spin erratically. GPS signals fail. Cameras malfunction without explanation. Some even speak of fleeting visions, flashes of structures, corridors, and chambers, as if the temples momentarily reappear in another dimension. These echoes of the past suggest that the 9 temples were far more than stone and wood. They were designed to interact with consciousness, to imprint themselves on the world even when hidden. The question remains whether these phenomena are residual energy, spiritual traces, or the last protective mechanisms of the temples themselves. Whatever the explanation, the echoes are undeniable. They serve as a reminder that the 9 temples may not be gone, not entirely. Their energy, their knowledge, and their mystery lingers still, waiting for those who can perceive them, waiting for the world to remember what has been lost. The unanswered question. After centuries of searching, speculation, and exploration, the 9 temples remain a profound mystery. We know they existed. We know they vanished. And yet, the deeper question persists. Why? Were they hidden to protect humanity from knowledge too powerful to handle? Were they sealed by their creators, the Navnath, who understood dangers we cannot imagine? Or did forces beyond human comprehension deliberately remove them, erasing the temples from the world while leaving only echoes and fragments behind? Some believe the temples were not lost at all. Instead, they may exist in a hidden dimension, a parallel layer of reality that can only be perceived by those attuned to the proper frequency. Perhaps the gates are still open, invisible to most, waiting for those who are ready to cross the threshold. Others argue that the disappearance represents a warning. The ancient masters may have predicted that humanity, unprepared for the wisdom and power the temples held, would misuse it, and so they erased their creations, leaving the world to evolve slowly, to learn patience and balance. The unanswered question is not simply where the temples are. It is what they represent. They symbolize the limits of human understanding, the fragility of knowledge, and the potential of consciousness to reach beyond ordinary perception. Every fragment we discover, every inscription we decode, every unusual phenomenon reported near the old sites reminds us that the story is not over. Perhaps one day, the temples will reveal themselves again. Perhaps their energies will awaken, their inscriptions will speak, and the gateways will open. Until then, they exist as a mystery, a puzzle left by ancient masters for humanity to ponder. They challenge us to seek, to question, and to remember what was once known and almost entirely forgotten. The Nine Temples are more than lost monuments. They are reminders of the unseen forces that shape our world, of knowledge that transcends time, and of the enduring enigma that is the human journey. And so, the story of the Nine Temples ends, for now. But the questions remain. They are unanswered, and perhaps they always will be. The mystery of the Nine Temples remains unsolved. Their energy, their wisdom, and their purpose still echo through time, unseen, unheard, but never gone. Perhaps they were meant to disappear, to protect knowledge too powerful for the present world. Or perhaps they are waiting for those who can see beyond what is visible, waiting for the next seeker to unlock what the ancient masters once sealed. The Nine Temples are lost, but their silence speaks. It calls to those who listen closely, and if you listen long enough, you may begin to hear it too. You've been watching Mystery Vault. Until next time, remember, not all mysteries are meant to be solved.